Today we're starting linear relationships and we're going to be talking about the Cartesian plane. So the Cartesian plane, also known as a number plane, has a vertical axis, which we call the y-axis, and a horizontal axis, which is the x-axis. And you can see it on the little diagram here. The horizontal one along that line there is the x, and the vertical one for the y. Now by drawing those two axes on there, it divides our little diagram up into 4 sections, which we call quadrants. Quad meaning 4, so the 4 sections are the 4 quadrants. And we number these quadrants. So the first quadrant is the top right hand side, and then we go anti-clockwise from there. So second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Today we want to be plotting points on our Cartesian plane, and to do that we write a point in brackets like this, and there will be an x number, comma, then a y number. Just remember that the x is always first. And a special mention goes to the point 0, 0. It is called the origin because it is the very center of our Cartesian plane. You can see it here on this diagram. Okay, so into the examples. Number 1, label the Cartesian plane below and plot the following points. So first of all, we need to label our x-axis is the horizontal one and our y is the vertical. Then we're going to need some numbers. So from our origin, which is the center, we have positive numbers counting up as we go to the right and negative numbers as we go to the left. And on the y-axis, positive numbers go up and negative numbers go down. Okay, so to plot the first point, I'm going to plot the point A, which is 2, 3. We always start with the x-axis, which is the horizontal one. So horizontal line, we find the 2, and then we go up to the y number, which is the 3. So 2, 3 would be right there, and we put an A next to it. The second point B is 0, 4. So 0, starting with the horizontal line, 0 is right in the middle, and then we go up to 4, put a dot, and that's the B. The next one, C, is -1, so x-axis, go -1, and then 2.5, which will be between the 2 and the 3, approximately there. D is -3.5, so x-axis, -3.5, and 0 means we don't go up or down at all, it's going to be sitting on that line, and that's the point D. E is -2, so x-axis, -2, and then down to -2.5. And F is 2 on the x-axis and -4 down here. Okay, so if we had a little practice with our quadrants, A is the only point that's in the first quadrant, C is the only point in the second quadrant, E is in the third quadrant, and F is in the fourth quadrant. The point B is on the y-axis. It's not actually in a quadrant, it's on the axis. And D is on the x-axis. We have another example on the next page where we want to go in reverse. You're given the points on the Cartesian plane and you need to write down the coordinates. So I've already put the numbers on here and you can see the x-axis and the y-axis. So I'm going to start with point A. So here is point A right up the top. You always start by going across the horizontal line first. So on the horizontal line, the A is at -1. Then we want to go to the vertical axis. The y value is 9. So for A, we have the coordinates -1 for the x and 9 for the y. For B, which is down here, the x value is at 5 and the y value is at 2. So 5, 2. For C, down in the third quadrant, the x value is -1, y value is -4. For D, over here in the second quadrant, x value is -3, y value is 1. -3, 1. E in the fourth quadrant, it's on the x-axis at 3 and y-axis at -2. So 3, -2. Don't forget the comma and don't forget the brackets. F, which is hiding over here on the far right hand side, the x value is 11, and because it doesn't go up or down off that axis, the y value would be 0. So it's 11, 0. And G, up the top here, x value is 2, y value is 8. 2, 8. Okay, that's it. That's what we're practicing today. On the next page, exercise 1, this is where you start. So the first page is you plotting the points on the Cartesian plane, and then the second point is reading the coordinates off of the Cartesian plane. So just to the end of page